Welcome back. Chris Wallace here, advisor to men. We're going to talk about the antidote to loneliness today. You see, a man can be lonely in a room full of people. He can have a wife, children, co-workers, neighbors, hundreds of Facebook friends, and people around him all day, yet still feel profoundly alone. Because loneliness is about connection. Human beings are built to connect. Attachment research established decades ago that our emotional regulation is deeply tied to our relationship with other people. Baumeister and Leary's Need to Belong meta-analysis in the 90s in particular showed that connection changes how we feel. When we connect with someone, our emotions rise. When we disconnect with others, our emotions fall. Being seen, heard, welcomed, and understood changes how we feel. We regulate each other. Think of how we are run by the nervous system with conscious awareness along for the ride. The nervous system is trained by experience. What else? If you feel something today, you have surely felt it before. I've spent much of my life learning how to regulate myself as well. Back in the 1980s, I discovered Herbert Benson's relaxation response, and I'd suffered from insomnia for decades. And after learning to deliberately change my physiological state, eventually, it started me down the road to defeating insomnia. That led me to self-hypnosis and eventually to becoming a hypnotist. To this day, I have my phone set to go off every 90 minutes or so, all day long, as a reminder to do what I call the breathing reset. I take an intense breath all the way to full capacity through the nose. Then I give myself a long, controlled exhale to a count of 8. I do it 3 times. Then I carry on with my day. It takes less than a minute, and I can do it so nobody else notices. And it reminds my nervous system that I'm in charge of what happens next. It's also true that men in relationships live longer. The reasons for this are clear. Connection. Connection increases oxytocin, the love hormone. Cortisol from the stress of loneliness wears out our telomeres. Telomeres are caps of repetitive DNA and proteins found at the end of linear chromosomes. They protect your genetic data, just like plastic tips stop shoelaces from fraying. Each time a cell divides, the telomeres get a little shorter. When they become too short, the cell stops dividing and it dies. Oxytocin from connection protects them. Connection is an anti-aging biological input. Isolation is a pro-aging biological stressor. But here's the thing. Some relationships have shitty connection, and these benefit no one. It's more critical that you connect in person with people daily wherever you find yourself. If there are people around you, connect, both for the good of your health and theirs. It's how we're made. We regulate amongst each other. Belonging is our #1 need. So there's another reset I suggest to men, which may be even more important than breathing resets in relationships. Go connect with somebody. But how? I spent many years running sales teams where young people of both sexes had to walk up to complete strangers and start conversations. From that experience, I was able to distill one of the simplest and most useful rapport techniques I've ever taught. Here it is. Treat everyone as if you've always known them and you always will. Think about what that means. Treat the stranger in front of you with the familiarity you might give a cousin, an old schoolmate, or the kid who lived down the street when you were growing up. Then add the second half. Treat them as if you will always know them. That changes the interaction because somewhere inside, both of you proceed on the assumption that you will meet again. The person suddenly becomes less expendable. They become part of your world, and you proceed as if you are part of theirs. Then comes the best part. What do you do with that rapport? Well, you bless them. You give them your attention. Become curious about them. Use your humor. Make an observation. Ask an open-ended question. Listen carefully enough to paraphrase what they tell you. Find something interesting about them and then celebrate it. In a mild way, just an acknowledgement is enough. Living is giving. Use your imagination to leave that person feeling a little better than how you found them. I try to do this everywhere I go, and I have done this for decades. The cashier, the waitress, the guy beside me in line, the neighbor walking his dog, the person sitting beside me at an event, the metal recycler who came to pick up an old dryer and gas stove from my driveway this week. Ben and I now know each other. I think this approach is what saves us. My teenage daughter learned this skill and used it when she entered a new high school and joined Air Cadets. She learned that she could walk into a room filled with people she had never met and begin creating connections. This is a learned nervous system response, just as shyness is a learned response too. During my years running door-to-door sales teams, how many teenagers and young adults arrived terrified of approaching strangers? The answer? All of them. Then they practiced. Their nervous systems accumulated new experiences and quickly learned a different way to respond. Each of them came in shy and were transformed this way. Every single one overcame their shyness through getting better at connection. Didn't matter if they were male or female, young or old, rich or poor, attractive or whatever. Actions changed their nervous systems. Which brings me back to loneliness. When you are lonely, the natural temptation is to wait for someone to relieve your loneliness. Instead, try reversing the flow. Go serve the people around you with curiosity and imagination. Walk into the world asking, how can I leave this person a little better than how I found them? You may discover something remarkable. While you were busy making another human being feel seen, you became seen too. While creating connection for them, you created connection for yourself. So perhaps the antidote to loneliness begins there. Treat everyone as if you've always known them and always will. Then bless them. Reverse the flow. Stay powerful, true, and free. Most men don't need motivation. They need a nervous system that doesn't sabotage. That's why I built Trigger Reset. If that's you, it's below.